Okay, guys, here it is, September 1st, 2021, and we're starting a kind of new phase of living with intention. Our meeting last Sunday was really quite touching for me because there were a number of us who are willing to go a bit deeper into what's going on with us than we've done in the past. It's like we've created enough safety to begin to be more authentic with each other. So I've been trying to figure out, how do we move into the transformation that we're longing for in a way that's both disciplined and safe? How do we create the container for that? And I kept running into a problem because everything that's happening in our lives is so dynamic that anywhere you start, there's something else that can kind of trip us up. So we want to start with where the change can actually most effectively happen for each of us, and that's going to be a different place. So we're going to try something here. You all want a little more structure. I'm going to give you some structure, see if you can kind of live into it here. I'm going to invite each of you to come this coming Sunday evening with a sense of a persistent pattern of conflict in a most significant relationship, because it's the places where we have the biggest ouch in the most significant relationships that's where we can get the biggest bang for our buck. If this is something that happens in a casual relationship, it's not that important. Well, so what? But if this is an important relationship, and if it's something that it's happened once, never going to happen again, no big deal. But if it's something that keeps coming up again and again, then this is something that's really worth addressing, and it's really going to be able to create for us an opportunity for maximal transformation for us. All right. So your assignment, should you choose to accept it, is to prepare for Sunday night by, first of all, figuring out who in your life do you have the most significant relationships with. And a most significant relationship is one in which this is somebody you spend a lot of time with. And I would just suggest you to think of, who are the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Let me just make a list. Who I have spent the most time with in my life. Who are the important with regards to just spending time together? Who are the people that I have the strongest feelings about? And this can be positively or negatively, and sometimes both. Sometimes the people we have the most powerful positive feelings towards are the ones we get the most angry with. Right? And the third question is, whose decisions have the biggest impact on us, or have had the biggest impact? The more we can stay in what's happening today, perhaps the better to start with. But sometimes there are very significant relationships we have with people who have died, and it's worth working on, what were the patterns there. But maybe for now, let's just stay within this current moment. Who do I spend a lot of time with? Who do I have strong feelings about? Whose decisions have a big impact on me? And when you kind of figure out who are maybe the 5 people, if you got 3, if you got 6, doesn't matter, but basically about a handful of people, think about those. And think about, what are the persistent patterns of conflict? What are those things that happen over and over again that elicit the eye roll or the ouch, or, there's something, this deja vu all over again. Here is this same thing that keeps happening that's problematic. Now, if possible, if you can find a persistent pattern of conflict that exists in more than one relationship, maybe even a couple, 3, 4 of them, those are great, because those have a real energy to them that will make a big difference for you when you can figure out, how do you want to show up differently. So your assignment for Sunday night is to figure out who are your most significant relationships with, and what persistent patterns of conflict arise for you in the context of those relationships. And we're going to use that as a starting point for our own transformation. All right? I look forward to seeing you Sunday evening.